Hello, we are the HabitWise group consisting of me, Carl, Tor, Fredrik, Nahida, and Gia. And for this project, we're supervised by Elina Eriksson and Cecilia Katzef. And our goal for this project is to propose a design for climate calculators to create sustainable habits. It's obvious that climate change is big and quite scary, and the human impact on the climate need to be reduced for climate change to be mitigated. However, there are both cultural and political problems with this. Cultural in the sense that we live in a culture of overconsumption, and political in the sense that models of trade support this very culture. For example, 80% of Swedish consumption-based climate emissions come from households. Here we list some micro-level contributors to these household emissions. And in order to decrease these emissions on a household level, as mentioned earlier, we face both a cultural and a political challenge. Communicating the negative impact we have on the climate is key for realizing that a change in our culture of energy overconsumption needs to be made. And here, climate footprint calculators have been proven to be useful. However, there is a gap between realizing one's climate impact and making concrete sustainable changes in our personal lives. And here, the Habits app could come in handy. Habits is a two-sided coin. On one hand, it's a regular climate calculator, and on the other hand, it's also a gamified system. To encourage sustainable habits, the app supplies its users with tasks and assignments, and what we're looking for is a way to make the Habits app more impactful in this regard. Since we're looking to design a new version of the Habits app, which more appropriately encourages sustainable habit changes, our research question handles how such a design proposal can be made. We have thus found ourselves in a research area where we at the moment are working with three key concepts. The first concept utilized in our research is the theory of habits. We have found great inspiration in the book The Power of Habits. From a neurological standpoint, the author of this book argues that isolating and working with only one fundamental keystone habit will leverage change in other habits as well. Another source of inspiration for our project and research is the concept of composite footprints. Most climate calculators utilize this concept to communicate an individual's climate impact by chunking different sources of emissions together, and we find that this contradicts the leveraging theory and have therefore chosen to work with separate climate footprints instead. Additionally, we have found that customization of the Habits app is key for creating new sustainable habits. An individual using the app must feel a personal will to change a habit in order to be successful with this. And since a person might feel more willing to change dietary habits over their transportational habits, for instance, we find that customization in this regard is important. Due to this project being a design project in essence, we have decided to work with the design process research method. The method consists of defining the problem, collecting information about the problem, brainstorming and analyzing ideas, develop a prototype, and lastly to gather feedback about the prototype and to make improvements. To exemplify the problems we have with the current Habits app, we can examine this picture. Here, one single flight has distorted one person's entire climate footprint, and this is discouragingly communicated by the app. And by utilizing the three concepts we have identified as relevant, we are hopeful that the Habits app can be made far more encouraging and impactful. As of now, we're working with the prototype of our design proposal. Our paper prototypes will soon be converted into digital prototypes for user testing. Suggested to us has been to use think aloud evaluation methods, complemented by semi-structured interviews, and we have decided to use a within-group experimental setup. In the upcoming week, user testing will commence, and by then we will have developed a wireframe prototype for our design proposal, as well as a wireframe version of the current Habits app. Figma and Photoshop will be used for prototyping, and we're hopeful that the results of user testing will support our thesis. Last but not least, I am thankful that you're taking your time to listen to this presentation. I'm very excited about this project, and I hope this presentation has spurred your interest as well. Thank you.